Present, none absent. On behalf of the board, I would like to welcome all students, staff, parents, and interested community members to tonight's Board of Education meeting. The board values and encourages public comment on education issues, and anyone having an interest in the actions of the board may participate during the public comments portion of the meeting. And if you wish to do so, please identify yourself on the sign-in sheet in the back. A copy of the agenda is available for review on the website, and we do ask that you silence your cell phone during the meeting. At this point, please rise for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this point, I'll entertain a motion for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Dobbins,
I'll second.
second by Ms. Decca. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr. Dobbins.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Mrs. Etter.
Aye.
Ms. Prowse.
Aye.
Mr. Suchek.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. At this point, I'll turn the meeting over to our superintendent for recognitions and staff spotlight.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do tonight is the recognition of Students of the Month for the month of September. I have Mr. Dtre and Mr. Melvin with us tonight. Mr. Dtre, you are going to come up first, starting with the high school, 12th grade, working our way down through the grade levels.
I got here first. All right, good evening, everybody. Our Students of the Month for the senior class, 12th grade, Daniel Sachaki. Please come forward. His parents are Wendy and Chris. He is the oldest of four and lives in Valley View. He has always attended Cuyahoga Heights schools. And when I asked him if he had any relatives who also attended Heights, he said a lot. He shared with me that he's part of the Baycheck family and that his grandfather was one of the head custodial directors for decades here at the school. Danny's favorite subject in school is history. He is the senior class treasurer, a member of the choir, and Model UN. When I asked him what is the best part about being a student at Cuyahoga Heights, he said, being in a small school. After graduation, Danny plans to pursue a career as a psychologist or a doctor of some type. Here is what his nominating teacher wrote. Danny is a bright, creative, personable, and strong advocate for what is right. He is a fabulous student to work with because he values true learning as a lifelong process that involves expansive thinking, not just transactional work for points. Congratulations, Danny. Our 11th grade student of the month, Daytwan Mitchell. Please come forward. His mother is Tracy, and he is the youngest of five, and they live in Newburgh Heights. He has been attending Cuyahoga Heights since the 6th grade and said that he had an older sister who graduated from Cuyahoga Heights in 2022. Daytwan's favorite subject is science. Outside of school, he enjoys reading and binge-watching shows on Netflix. He also added that he likes to cook. His most memorable moment in school has been becoming Student of the Month. When he is done with school, he plans to become a real estate agent. Here is what his nominating teacher wrote. I am going to nominate Daytwan Mitchell for Student of the Month. He has seen so much growth in him from last year to this year that I am so proud of the things he is achieving. He is embracing this school year and the challenges that come in a great way, and I'm happy to see him doing so well. Congratulations, Daytwan. Our 10th grade student of the month could not make it here this evening, Giada Amato. But here's what her teacher wrote in the nomination. Giada stands out amongst her peers from day one as a student who is reliable, service-minded, and a relentless problem solver. On top of her talent in school, her character shines as she always volunteers to help teachers and coaches to make sure every activity runs without a hitch. Giada has never been spotted complaining about anything, even if she has good reason to, which says so much about her beyond her years' maturity and resiliency. Giada is consistently an exceptional role model for other students in the class, and it is clear that she will naturally dedicate much of her efforts beyond high school to improving the lives of others. These impressive attributes show why Giada is deserving of this highest recognition. Congratulations, Giada. Our 9th grade student of the month, Aaliyah Archaki. Please come forward. Her parents are Jennifer and Martin. She lives in Brooklyn Heights and has 2 stepsisters. She has always attended Cuyahoga Heights schools, and her favorite subject in school is science. Aaliyah is the president of the freshman class. She is a member of the soccer team, Red Rubies, and orchestra, and plans to perform this year in our musical production. Outside of school, she can be found helping her mom walking dogs for her mom helps foster dogs in her home. Her most memorable moments at CHS have been the 8th grade promotion and getting to attend her first high school homecoming dance last week. She wants to become a bioengineer or work in a science-related field after she finishes school. Here is what her nominating teacher wrote. I would like to nominate Aaliyah Archaki in 9th grade for the Student of the Month. Aaliyah is hardworking, dedicated, and unfailingly kind. She is involved in the Red Rubies drill team and orchestra, in addition to balancing a demanding soccer schedule. Congratulations, Aaliyah. Our 8th grade Student of the Month, Alex Brown. Please step forward. Alex is the son of Georgie Ann and Randy from Brooklyn Heights. He has shown that he's ready to take on the year ahead with enthusiasm, focus, and a willingness to give his best each day. His approach sets a great example for his classmates and demonstrates the kind of leadership we love to see in our 8th grade students. Alex has a special family connection to Cuyahoga Heights Middle School. His sister Isabella is currently a 6th grader in our school as well. History is Alex's favorite subject because he finds it genuinely interesting to learn about the past. Alex is joining the basketball team this year, adding athletics to his school experience. Outside of school, Alex enjoys playing outside and hanging out with his friends. One of Alex's most memorable school experiences has been participating in the Red Wolf Run with his friends. Looking forward to the future, Alex has ambitious goals. He sees himself as either a CEO of a business or a police officer when he gets older. When asked about a famous person he'd like to meet, Alex chose Tom Holland. That's the actor who plays Spider-Man, showing his appreciation for heroes, both fictional and real. Alex's favorite part of the school experience, his favorite experience in school focuses on the experiences that you have with friends and social skills. Alex has returned to school ready to take on whatever challenges come his way. Enthusiasm, focus, and positive attitude makes him a natural leader amongst his peers. Teachers appreciate his determination and his willingness to give his best effort every day. Let's congratulate Alex Brown on being our September Student of the Month. Your positive attitude, leadership qualities, and commitment to excellence make you a wonderful representative from the 8th grade class. Congratulations. From the 7th grade, Jordan Lynch. Please come forward. Jordan is the daughter of Suzanne and Johnny. They reside in Valley View. She comes from a close-knit family that includes her sister, Jessica. At home, she also shares her space with her pet cat, Kibby. Here's a fun detail. It's Kibby instead of Kitty. Okay. Reading is Jordan's favorite subject. She genuinely enjoys reading books and creating stories in her mind. Outside of school, Jordan is deeply involved in competitive dance at Red Dance Studio, where contemporary is her favorite style. Her dedication to dance has led to some incredible experiences, including what she describes as her most memorable moment, going to Radio City Music Hall and dancing with the Rockettes. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that speaks to her talent and commitment to her craft. One of Jordan's favorite school memories was the Harry Potter theme during the 6th grade school year. And looking to the future, Jordan sees herself still dancing in 10 years while also pursuing a career in nursing. When asked about meeting a famous person, Jordan answered Megan Moroney, the country artist, showing her diverse musical talents. Jordan's favorite school experience, hanging out with my friends. Her teacher noted, in class, Jordan is pleasant, respectful, and kind to others, setting a great example for her peers. Her teachers note her wisdom and the positive way she approaches each school day. She embodies the qualities we hope to see in all of our students. Your combination of academic focus, artistic talent, and genuine kindness make you a wonderful representative for what it means to be a Cuyahoga Heights Red Wolf. We're excited to see all the wonderful things that you accomplished this year. Congratulations, Jordan Lynch. And our 6th grade student of the month, Madison Behrens, please come forward. Madison is the daughter of Christy and Kyle of Maple Heights and has quickly shown herself to be a student who consistently exceeds expectations. Madison comes from a large, loving family of 6 siblings, including step-siblings Colton, Miles, Grayson, Marley, Dakota, and Kayla, plus their dog, Pepper. Madison's favorite subjects are math and social studies because they are easy. Madison was involved in the drama club and art club at the elementary school and looks forward to joining both of these here in the middle school and high school as well. Her involvement in the arts paid off last year when she had what she describes as her most memorable school experience, being in the cast of Willy Wonka. Outside of school, Madison enjoys sleeping and playing outside with friends. Here's a fun fact that others may not know about Madison. She can ride her bike with no hands. It's dangerous. Got a helmet on, right? All right. In 10 years, here's what Madison sees for herself. She aspires to become a nail technician or hairstylist, and with dreams of living in South Carolina because of the beautiful weather down there. When asked about meeting somebody famous, she said Malachi Barton, a Disney celebrity, actor, singer, and dancer from the movie Zombies 4. Here's what her teachers had to say. Madison treats both teachers and peers with kindness and respect. Her teachers note that she's attentive in class and thoughtful in her work. We are proud of her strong start here at Cuyahoga Heights Middle School and excited to watch her continue success throughout the year. You represent the best of what it means to be a Cuyahoga Red Wolf, and we are lucky to have you as part of our school community. Congratulations, Madison Behrens. And next, Mr. Joel Melvin will announce our elementary school students of the month.
Thank you, Mr. Dutray. First up, we have 5th grader Tallulah Brynack. Interesting fact about Tallulah, when I called her down, remember this? Yeah. When I called her down, I like to play little tricks on the kids, like they act like they're in trouble. Immediately burst into tears. Didn't know why she was down there. I was like, no, I swear this is good. Like, no, I'm just getting around. Yeah, so, yeah, I felt about this big after that. So, but this is Tallulah. She lives in Cuyahoga Heights with her mom and dad and her brother, Hendrix, who is in 7th grade. She has 1 dog, Luna, and 2 cats, Pixie and Mischief, right? Her favorite subject is math because she's good at it. Her sports, she loves to play sports because they make her stronger and more athletic. When she gets out of school, Tallulah would like, or outside of school, she makes sure first thing she gets her homework done. Then she plays basketball and softball with her friends. And I believe she was on the team that went, 17-1 over the summer, the softball team, so that was pretty awesome. When she grows up, she's not really quite sure yet. Tallulah just enjoys being a kid. And then the message to her parents is that she loves all of you very much and thank you for everything that you do for her. And Tallulah's teachers wrote, Tallulah brings a smile every day to class and is a wonderful student. She is an example of what it means to be a student at CHES. Tallulah is a great friend to her classmates and is fully engaged in each lesson. I know that her 5th grade year will be a great one, and Tallulah will be a leader throughout the year. And next we have Vincent Jackson. All right, Vincent actually helped take part in that little trick that I played on Tallulah. So, Vincent lives in Brooklyn Heights with his mom and 3 sisters: Sophia, who's in 10th grade, Rosie, who's in 8th grade, and Margot, who is in 3rd grade. He also lives with 2 dogs, Walter and Wesley, and 1 cat named Pip. Vincent's favorite subject is also math because he just loves math equations and loves to solve new equations. His things he cannot live without is his family because they have been with him since he's been born. They love him and have always been by his side. And also outside of school, Vincent loves to play sports, basketball, baseball, football. He is also a boxer who trains at Strong Style. When he grows up, he wants to be a real estate agent like his mom. His message to his family is thank you for making me and teaching me all the things on how to be caring, honest, engaged, and safe. And Vincent's teachers had this to say about him. Vincent is a great role model, not only for his fellow 5th grade students, but all students here at CHES. He is respectful and engaged during class, especially Mr. Husband's class might be his favorite. I think Mom might know that. Apparently that's... Right, right. So I didn't get it either, but Mr. Husband came down and explained it to me. I mean, Huffman. And we got a laugh out of it. His excitement for school is contagious. Vincent will have a great year in 5th grade and continue to show what it means to be a student here at CHES. Congratulations.
Okay, Students of the Month, if you could just take a seat real quickly. We have one more recognition, and then we will take a short break and get your picture with the Board of Education by the backdrop out here. Okay, so Mr. Suchaki, we've got one more recognition.
Yes.
Turn that over to you.
To me,
That's right.
oh.
Yeah, it's
okay,
the recommendation.
Let me get there.
Yep.
Let me get there.
Yeah. Under 4. It's a recommendation.
At this point,
for the,
I'd,
staff spotlight.
I request a motion to approve the staff spotlight agenda.
So moved.
Oh, I got 2.
Second.
I'll take Ms. Proust,
I'll have the second, please.
and we'll take Mr. Dobbin second. Might as well
I've got
call
it.
so we'll let you do the discussion, then we'll
I'm
call
going to do
roll.
the discussion, then you can do the vote. So, leaving off from last year, Mrs. Danielle Connors, who's our middle school and high school administrative assistant to Mr. Dtre, has nominated Assistant Treasurer Kathy Martin as September's Staff Spotlight nominee. Come on up. All right, I'm going to read the Staff Spotlight resolution honoring Mrs. Martin. It says, whereas Kathy Martin serves the Cuyahoga Heights schools with dedication and commitment in her role as Assistant Treasurer, consistently going above and beyond in her daily responsibilities, and whereas Kathy is always willing to lend a helping hand, whether it be processing deposits, creating spreadsheets to support student fundraisers such as the junior class, the plant sale, or assisting with countless other tasks that keep the district running smoothly. And whereas Kathy is recognized for her patience, kindness, and willingness to assist with any question or request, big or small, demonstrating a selfless commitment to both her colleagues and the district as a whole. And whereas her contributions extend beyond her office duties, as she also serves as a middle school girls basketball coach, dedicating her time and talents to supporting and mentoring student athletes. And whereas Kathy's hard work, reliability, and positive attitude do not go unnoticed, and she is deeply appreciated for the many ways she helps sustain the success of Cuyahoga Heights schools. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Cuyahoga Heights Board of Education proudly recognizes Kathy Martin as a Staff Spotlight honoree and extends its heartfelt gratitude for her invaluable service, tireless support, and ongoing dedication to our students, staff, and community, adopted this 17th day of September 2025. Congratulations. She gets a gold medal.
Wow.
All right, there you go. Congratulations.
You get a gold medal.
Gold medal.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
So you have to vote.
And, yes, Treasurer, please call the roll.
Ms. Prouse. Mr. Dobbin.
Aye.
Mrs. Etter.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Mr. Souchaki.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. And we are ready to go take some pictures.
Right, so we're going to take a little break here. So first, all students of the month, absolutely congratulations to you. You are why we do what we do. All right, we show up every day to give our best effort for you. We thank your families. I think they had a little bit to do with you being a student of the month. But more than anything, you represent the leadership skills, the quality of human beings that you are, and we are so proud that you represent our school in this way. And then to Mrs. Martin, congratulations. If we are a great team, it's because of people like you, and we have so many people like you. And in fact, if you saw my latest communication, we have a whole entire staff who should be in a spotlight for the state report card that just came out. One of 47 schools in Ohio to receive 5 stars, 20th best school district in all of Ohio. That's out of 607 school districts that receive that rating. So when you got great kids, you've got great staff, and you have a wonderful community, how can you not be successful? So congratulations to you all. We're going to get pictures, and then students, you can stay up an extra hour tonight, go get ice cream, play video games, whatever your parents let you do, okay? All right, 5-minute recess.
Okay, reconvening. No comments from the public, so we'll move on to Section 7, Treasurer's Business.
Oh, we have a presentation, actually.
We have a presentation?
Yeah, number 5A.
Oh, how did I go? Oh, I
Because
didn't.
Mr.
I'm
Burek threw
sorry.
you a
I
curveball, talking
saw
about public comments
presentation.
one section
Yeah, I
too
jumped
early.
over presentation. My apologies, Matt. I saw you earlier. I knew you were on there. I just kind of overlooked it now. So jump in.
So this presentation is going to be covering the new House Bill 96 and the cybersecurity program that we will be implementing here in the district. What does Ohio Revised Code 96 or 9.64 and House Bill 96 require? It just requires schools to have a cybersecurity program. It's a safety plan. It's very similar to how fire drills are for the school to protect against fire. It's just a set of standards to implement and protect our data and cybersecurity.
Okay.
Was being adopted, just a cybersecurity program, just to implement standards that we will keep and maintain. Will this cost the district any extra money? There's no immediate cost to this. All of this is just formalized practices that we've already been doing in the district in our IT department. As next step two, nothing, it just implements, again, protections and guarantees that their data is protected and safe, and we will keep the standard that nothing will be lost in that regard. What does the actual program cover? It'll cover all information assets, that's anything we type, any hard assets as well, all personnel, so everyone's private data, we have final forms with one's private information that guarantees its safety. All locations, so this would include NeoNet in this plan, this would also include the Village Hall even, because we have some backups there as well. And this is all information processes, so this is all the softwares and everything we do in the district that pertains to any activity. Primary objectives, this will just be the 9 points that the program hammers home. Identify and protect assets, hardware, data, anything along those lines. Detect cybersecurity incidents, respond to the incidents, recover from any incident that occurs, ensure compliance with any standards. For instance, one that's coming up will be Windows 11. Windows 10 will be ending support in October, so we'll be looking into upgrading to Windows 11, which we have licenses for, so we're looking into that right now. Promotion and awareness of training. This includes phishing training, just prevents spam and anyone can click on any malicious links. Third-party risks, such as our vendors, just ensuring that they maintain compliance, such as the student data privacy agreements that you guys approved last meeting, for example. and continuously improve. Technology never stops changing, so always got to keep ahead of that curve. And prohibit unauthorized ransomware payments. There's no guarantee you'll get your data back with these ransomware payments, so it's just making sure that the board is the one that's aware and approving these payments if they do come. The standard that it goes to is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST. This just has a couple of basic tenets that we will cover, such as governing, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover. All these are very similar to what our program covers already, so it implements all these standards great. And the basic timeline is by Ohio Revised Code requires that by 9/30/25 that we must adopt the cybersecurity program and have any incident process and reporting. So that'll be reporting any cyber attacks to the correct authorities whenever it happens and make sure that's all counted. And then by next July, we will have to fully implement the security program, meaning that we have all the policies in place, being either updated from Neola, and test to make sure our programs, such as recovering from our backups. We back up nightly to Neonet, so we test a recovery process. That'll be done over the summer to have minimal interruptions. But that is just a quick overview of the cybersecurity program. Are there any questions?
I just would want to enter into the record that on last night's news, there was a local municipal entity that there was a big feature story on that that entity, I guess, lost about $400,000 in a cybersecurity hack or scam or whatever you want to call it. But any of the wrong people got paid.
Correct. And that's
So
what we're trying
thank
to
you for
prevent.
doing this, yeah.
And this is all, of course, in compliance with Neonet, our ISP, so they help us in a variety of ways for keeping us in compliance as well.
Right.
Have you ever had an incident of ransomware?
No, not in our district. We've never had an issue with ransomware.
Board, I think over the last 2 weeks, for sure 2 weeks ago, for you to review that plan ahead of this particular presentation. So that was developed largely through the guidance of Neonet, ensuring that we are 100% compliant with the law plus NIST standards. So thanks, Mr. Hartman, for facilitating that.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. All right, end of presentations. We've already talked about no comments from the public, so let's move to treasurer's business.
Thank you, Mr. Sojaki. I ask for items 7A, 8A through 8F for approval tonight.
Entertain a motion for those items, please.
So moved.
That was Ms. Etter, okay.
Second?
And Ms. Deca, any discussion?
Yep, just wanted to point out a couple things. Excuse me, 8A, donations received. So if we look at T2, which would be our lead sheet, we have 3 donations we're recognizing. The first one is Al Martin, donation to the Larry Rogers Scholarship to cover a balance needed for a scholarship award. That is $30.97. Number 2, OHSAA, that's our annual distribution to districts from its enrichment fund, and that is $1,250. Number 3, that's going to be Doug Glass, class of 1973, and that's for donating starter blocks for the track team. I've never seen those in person. Have you? I've never ran track. So.
I have used them thousands
Okay.
of times,
I know you
yeah.
have.
Yeah,
I
if
was
you're-
setting them up for that one.
Yeah.
So that's an approximate $2,000 value we have. So we want to thank and recognize all 3 of those donors that we have.
Thank you very much for doing the thank you letter to them as well.
Yep.
That is an awesome, generous donation by Mr. Glass, for example.
Absolutely. And I want to give the credit to Tracy Deal from Mr. Young's office. She's the one that puts together the thank you letters and mailed those out. So thank her for that. 8B is going to be our permanent appropriations. So back a couple board meetings ago, we approved our temporary appropriations for the fiscal year. So this is our permanent appropriations. And we're just modifying 3 funds from our temporary that we approved 6/25/25. That would be our 003 Permanent Improvement Fund. So we're increasing it by $600,000 to get to $1.5 million. Other grants would be 019. We're increasing it 30,000 to a total of 37,000. And miscellaneous state grants, Fund 499, we're decreasing by 20,000. So the reason we're increasing our permanent improvement fund is we're at 1.1 million right now. And that's because we encumbered Einheit, the fire alarm system, which we have not paid. So we didn't pay that in fiscal year '25, which means we're gonna have to pay it in fiscal year '26, our current fiscal year, what we have. And we just recently, at a prior board meeting, approved a $350,000 roofing project that we have. So between those two major projects, that makes up approximately 1.1 million. So the other 400,000 go into other areas that we would have, plus leaving some cushion that we have in place. The 30,000 for Fund 019 is going to be from the CVCC that we get for our annual grant, which we thank them. And we don't have any state grants at the moment, so I decreased it to 5,000, just to see if we'll have any coming up.
Is there any specific earmark for that $30,000 from the CVCC?
We haven't done it yet, but we have to come up with a plan by December that we send to the CVCC.
Yeah, I met with the principals last week, and so we're assessing the needs based on, just like any grant, you have certain allowable uses of that grant, so it can't just be used for anything. So we're going to be looking at that in the next couple weeks and get that probably second meeting in October is the plan.
I was just curious.
Yep.
8C, so this is no cost to the district. And what this is we have two plans in place for annuities. We have our 403B and our 457. Now, our 457 is administered by OASBO. It's the OASBO 457 plan. What OASBO is doing is they're getting out of the administration and compliance responsibilities business, and they're handing it over to a company called Omni and TSACG Compliance Services. So what they're doing is they're saying that they're recommending all districts that have that plan through OASBO to go with this vendor that OASBO has vetted and chosen. And if we don't go with that vendor, we're gonna have to choose another one on our own. So the way that this vendor gets paid is they actually get paid through the annuity companies. There's a fee that goes back to them for their compliance services. It's really interesting how it's been negotiated. So in order for us to go in with a contract through Omni and TSACG, we have to do this letter of intent now and then work on the contract as we go. And then they're also recommending that we pull our 403B plan administration and compliance and go with them as well. So all in one area, recommended for no cost. So I figured that that's the best of both worlds. Sat in on a webinar with OASBO, and this seems like a tremendous opportunity for schools that are out there. So this letter of intent allows us to proceed with working on the contracts for plan administration and compliance.
And you said they were already vetted, or you vetted them?
I haven't, but OASBO has, since they're recommending them to all their members. So essentially, they were tasked with all that plan administration and compliance before, but it became too much. So then they found a company willing to do that for all of its school districts that have that 457 OASBO plan. 8D is going to be the acceptance of our engagement letter with the Auditor of State's Office. And if we look at that letter, this just outlines the summary of services that they provide, their engagement team on page 2, their responsibilities as auditors, and us from the school side that we would have. And the cost is going to be on page 7, highlighted right there. So they're anticipating it's going to cost $23,100 in the state for the audit. So that's acceptance of this. 8E is going to be approval of purchase orders over 5,000. We have just 2. First one is TransFinder Corporation. Matt, I don't know if that's your...
Yeah, we've been using that software now for, I think this is the 4th school year. So this is the collection of all the services. It's the software fee, it's all the apps, as well as the satellite service as well that allows us to track the buses. So it's been very helpful with the routing piece, and even more helpful with the communication between our athletic department and our transportation office, since most of our non-routine trips are athletic trips, several hundred of those a year. It's really improved the efficiency of communication over the years, so very grateful that we continue to use that service.
And the second one is the Chagrin Valley Conference. That's for our CVC League dues for fiscal year '26. That's $8,771 from the 300 Athletic Fund. And our last item is the then and now certificate. This is for the Chagrin Valley Conference item to be able to pay it. So that invoice is dated August 1st, and we're approving the purchase order tonight, September 17th. So those are the items I have for approval tonight.
Okay, any further questions or discussion? Hearing none, treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Etter.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Mr. Dobbins.
Aye.
Ms. Prowse. Mr. Souchaki.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Moving on to section 10, treasurer discussion and comment.
Just have one tonight. So at our next meeting, the upcoming one, October 1st, is going to be the the financial forecast presentation. It used to be the 5-year forecast. It's called now the financial forecast presentation. So that'll be October 1st.
Okay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Moving on to section 11, superintendent's business.
Okay. On the consent agenda, we have items 11A through C, 12A and B, 13A through C, 14A, 15A, B, and C for consideration.
Okay, entertain a motion for those items, please. That was moved by Ms. Proust
Second?
and second by Ms. Etter. Any discussion?
All right, so section 11 is general business. 3 items here. One is to approve any overnight athletic trip for teams qualifying to the regional and or state competition. It requires an overnight stay somewhere. We started doing this back when Mr. Burek was the athletic director, I think back in 2015 or 16. So something we do annually so that it speeds up the process. Hotel rooms are usually at a premium, especially once you get to the state competition level. Letter B, this is to authorize the superintendent or designee to sign contracts should we be selected as a host site for home events, as we often are, for events like volleyball and soccer and basketball games, even pretty much football games annually. So this allows us to enter into a contract prior to board approval so that we can secure the location. Letter C, this is the cybersecurity plan that Mr. Hartman had outlined. Again, it's not letting me open it because I get an error with Word. Are you able to open it? Is the board able to open it? Because it's, yeah, so it's a bad, so we have a cybersecurity incident with our Word document here, Mr. Hartman. We have a viral version here. Yes, so we need to, we're going to need to get a working document so that that can be viewed by the public. So, Mr. Hartman, if you happen to get a hold of that and send it to me, I will reattach it to the public comments here. All right, so give me a second. I do want to make sure that we view that and go through it. Not in great detail, but in enough detail that you know what. There we go. All right, and this is likely to be edited over time, but this is the document that Neonet helped us create that outlines the objectives, roles, and responsibilities of the Board of Education, the Superintendent's Office, the IT Director, and all employees with respect to cybersecurity, as well as the HR and Financial Office folks. But we will have a policy that aligns more thoroughly and detailed with the documents that Neonet has provided to us, and as that gets edited and modified, we will communicate that to the board. So I will get that reattached here shortly when we move to a different section. Under number 12, we have resignations. First, Marianne Olmschneider, who we hired last month, unfortunately for personal reasons, can no longer continue. Leaves in great standing, and I told her, should her circumstances change, please consider coming back, because her heart and passion's in the right direction. And she would have been a great member of our cafeteria staff. Letter B, you don't have to accept this. I know I'm not going to. But Mr. Bertoloni has announced his retirement at the end of this school year. He needs to do that for a couple reasons early on. One is for the Ohio Teacher Evaluation System requires that be a board approval prior to December 1st in order to be exempt from an evaluation in your last year. So we're getting this done ahead of time. We'll post that job in the spring, but to say that Mr. Bertoloni has made an impact is, it's not even an accurate statement. I mean, he has made such a difference in the lives of children and will continue to do so. So we're going to cherish every last 10th day, every last 20th day, every last 30th day that we have Mr. Bertoloni. Truly one of those legacy people. So,
Is it 40 years? Did I hear that? No.
no, it's 31 or 32. I think it's 32 years. It might be 31 because he got service doing some other things. So he's actually younger than I am, which I remember Mr. Evans talking about that, how people younger than him were starting to retire. So I think Mr.
Don't get any ideas
I know,
there,
Mr.
Mr.
Bertoloni
Young.
is slightly younger than I am. No, I got a ways to go. All right, so 13, we've got employment. Letter A, Mr. Doug Amari assists me every year with test coordination. It's an important piece of what we do. Mr. Durbin, Stan Durbin, helped before that, starting back with Dr. Caleris. So it does help us with our testing coordination, and that's paid at the miscellaneous pay rate schedule, substitute teacher pay. We have chat supplementals. We don't have many here, only 2. We have high school score.
I couldn't understand what the next one was. Coordinator for what?
It's the Washington, D.C. trip.
Oh.
Yeah, this should have been expanded so that you could see that. It's the Washington, D.C. trip coordinator, and then a score, I believe it's for boys soccer. When we rent to Trinity for football games, we build in a payment for a faculty manager, but that is not a chat designated faculty manager. That is one that is separate. And so this is the recommendation of Alex Krenoff, who's a graduate of ours, has been around our athletic program for years and understands how the operations help happen behind the scenes. So to have him as the faculty manager for these games at a rate of $150 per contest is helpful. So that's what that recommendation is. 14, this is the volunteer list for the music trip that's occurring March 28th through the 31st, 2026. We have to approve volunteers and have them background checked per board policy. So we have 3 individuals being recommended for that. Under 15, we have agreements, contracts, and memberships. The first is just our license agreement with Neola. Neola handles our board policies. This is an annual agreement for $4,045. Letter B, we have B and C. This is our approval of our musical performances, one in the elementary school, Shrek the Musical Kids, that will take place on March 21st, 2026 at a cost of $590. Get your tickets now. It sells out every show. And letter C, we have a musical that will take place in March at a cost of $1,985 that I am not going to mention at this time. You can see it in the administrative content because we don't want to ruin the surprise for our performers who are going to learn about this as soon as this is approved. So you can see that is there, and again, the cost is $1,985 for the royalties for that particular musical. Okay, I ask for those items to be considered for approval.
Okay. Any other discussion, questions, comments? Hearing none. Treasurer, please call the roll.
Ms. Prowse.
Aye.
Mrs. Etter.
Aye.
Mr. Dobbins.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Mr. Souchaki.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Superintendent comments.
Yeah, just a couple things. I do want to talk a little bit about our visit with Senator Jerry Serino, who visited our school district on Monday. First, I want to thank the senator for taking time out of his busy schedule. I do understand that the challenges that the state legislature has and all of governance has to make the citizens of Ohio happy is quite a complex task, right? And for him to take 2 hours to come visit us meant a lot to us, and it was really the culmination. Mr. Mucci and I were talking today. I don't know what else we could have done over the last 6 months to advocate for our school district, to put us on the map, to get the attention of people who are making the decisions, and really showcase and highlight how great this school district is in the face of unprecedented change with respect to school funding and property tax challenges and cash carryover caps and things like that. And we had a very positive meeting with him. It started in my office. We probably had 20 to 25 minutes worth of conversations. Mr. Suchaki, you were there as well. You know, he wanted to know who we were and where we were from and what our past experiences were and what our roles were in the district at the time. And he really I felt he took a genuine interest, or it seemed to take a genuine interest in what we were doing. He was greeted at the door by 3 of our students, you know, which was fantastic to have. He really loved being around the kids as we went around the school. Anytime we were around the kids was something special. But we were able to talk about very briefly about our facilities, about our unique funding challenges. I provided him with a 1-page document that kind of highlighted all those things: our academics, our accolades, our finances, our demographics, who's who, you know, and who our mayors were and who our board members were, and things like that. So we really went through that sheet and highlighted some of the great things we were doing, but more than talking about it, we actually showed him. And we were able to go through the high school. He spoke with Mrs. Neville about our AP programming. We were able to stop by the resource room upstairs and talk about the Career Center partnership and the importance of that program, because before we had our resource rooms in the 2 buildings, you know, those students had to attend school elsewhere. And 10 students at approximately $100,000 apiece. You know, we were proud that we could bring those students into our schools. People that are born in our community, become friends with other students in the community, but then have to go to school somewhere else because we didn't offer the programming. The ability to offer that programming was very special, and certainly the Career Center grant helped with that. You know, from there we went to our middle school and talked about our intervention and enrichment program that occurs there. We went over to the elementary school. Mr. Melvin intercepted him. He got to see our pre-K classroom, see some of our pre-K students. Went to kindergarten and spoke to our kindergarten team. We went up to our gifted classroom, got to interact with our gifted students. We went through 4th grade and 5th grade just to see what they were doing. We ended up down in 2nd grade. And that's where we really got to interact with students, like, what do you want to be when you grow up, type of thing. One of them said, "You look like the president," you know, and I'm sure that made him feel good, right? But they were able to interact with him, and from there, you know, we came out. He took a photo of the Jacob Durbin Memorial. Thought that was a great tribute that the class of 2018 did for him, and got some pictures on the pillars. You know, his name was on the sign. But, you know, he commented.
This was the card
Yeah.
that we had the students present to Senator
He had big
Silverman.
cards with many signatures in there.
And we had signatures inside the card right here. I know it's kind of slanted, but a bunch of students signed the inside of those giant cards. Think of giant cards that
Yeah.
we were able to present out. So.
But I felt like he vocalized that he was, you know, impressed by how quiet our hallways were. There are no locks on the lockers, you know, for most of the lockers. How intentional our programming is, the choices that our students have, from the Career Center to College Credit Plus to Advanced Placement to every student in the elementary receiving, you know, art, music, physical education, science, technology, library, and school counseling. Like, every student has an opportunity to become what they are meant to become here at this school. And he commented it was much like a private school setting here in a public school. And he had a follow-up conversation with Mayor Bocci that evening. They talked on the phone, and he reiterated that. He even made a comment that, you know, we did try to find ways to protect school districts like this. You know, I mentioned that consolidation, you know, that is coming up, but some communities, you know, they want that small town experience. They want to feel that there's a connection between their local government, their school system, and their needs that they have in their lives, and how these three communities, these three villages, have valued that for nearly 90 years. So it was a great visit. He did mention the property tax challenges. There is a proposed constitutional amendment, kind of a grassroots effort to get rid of property taxes, and we can certainly talk about that at another time. And I know Mr. Dobbins, you had mentioned that you might say some things about that in your comments here in a little bit, but I don't know what more we can do. He even invited us down to Columbus at some point. He said he'd like to have us come down and talk about our programming and what we're able to accomplish in a small school district, how we're able to offer so many opportunities with students while practicing fiscal responsibility and getting the results. I mean, no matter what the results are, they're positive in the opportunities our students have. To piggyback off of that, again, the state report card came out. I sent that information to the staff. We are a 5-star school district. We exceed state standards. When you take all 6 components and put it on a point system that the state does, our point total puts us at number 20. So you will see someone will say, well, we're number 1 in the state. Like Solon's number 1 in the state on achievement. They're number 1 on that one component. All right, they're number 4 overall. That's great. All right, Chagrin Falls is the number 1 total school district in all of Ohio. But we're number 20. That's up from 24 last year and 28 or 29 the year before that. I really feel like we're reaching kind of our peak with the things that we do here. I mean, when you look at, and I will do a presentation in October as well, because I'm required by law to get that presentation done 1 month from the release of the state report card. So we will have a presentation on that, as I always do. But when you look at our demographics, you look at our median income and what we're able to accomplish here, it truly is something special, and we don't take it for granted. 5 stars on achievement, 5 stars on progress, which is growth, 5 stars on gap closing, 5 stars on graduation. We were almost 4 stars in early literacy, and next year we will be 4 stars in early literacy. We maybe could even be 5 stars. And we were 4 stars in college career, workforce and military readiness. There's a piece of that is out of our control because there's a piece of it that's owned by the Career Center. And when 50% of your kids go to the Career Center, 50% of your kids, we have to make sure that the Career Center is accurately reporting data, or else we don't get credit for it. And I don't know if they are or aren't, because this new component, I haven't had time to dive deeply into it yet. But all those together, we're one of 47 districts to earn 5 stars, which is just incredible. And I think the thing that we do better than any of it that you don't measure on the report card is form the relationships with our students. It's making them feel like there's a connection and they're part of something special, because they're special. So those were the 2 things I want to talk about: Senator Serino and the state report card. Again, I'll do another follow-up on the state report card in October. Okay.
Thank you. Well, I think you're still on because we're moving on to section 18.
Before we move on, just want to
Yeah.
say absolutely a big expression of gratitude and thanks for all that you and the staff did to welcome Senator Serino to our district. And it looks like it was a very positive encounter, and for him to actually possibly invite you down to tell our story to the whole state of Ohio would just be incredible. So thank you very much for all of that.
You're very welcome. It's definitely worth it.
Yes. He was suitably impressed. He was very impressed.
Yeah. Surprised.
And surprised, yes.
Yeah.
Did not expect to, what he saw, it was totally unexpected. Okay, very good. I guess we're going to have to leave you on the spotlight with
Yeah, this won't
section
take
18.
yeah, this won't
board
take very
policy
long.
review.
Yeah, so we have several board policies for a first reading. Some are being rescinded, some are being replaced, others are just being modified with technical corrections. So as you look through these policies, they're all about non-discrimination. They're all non-discrimination policies. Policy 1422, 3122, and 4122. These are all non-discrimination, equal employment opportunity, and anti-harassment replacement policies. There was a push to consolidate several policies together into one. So as opposed to having 3 policies in the 1400s or in the 1000s, it consolidates into a single policy. You'll see policy 142202, 312202, and 412202. Non-discrimination based on genetic information of the employee is being deleted or rescinded because it's being integrated into 1422, 3122, and 4122. Policy 1662, 3362, and 4362, the anti-harassment policies, are being deleted and rescinded because they are integrated into 1422, 3122, and 4122. You've got policy 2260 has a technical correction. Your technical corrections are aligned with the fact that all civil rights concerns go to Washington, D.C. now. There was an office in Cleveland. That office closed earlier this year, as did many offices across the country, civil rights offices. So now all complaints, concerns with respect to discrimination or non-discrimination will go to the Washington, D.C. office. That is noted. It's also noted that it's recommended that you should have 2 compliance officers instead of just 1, because what if your compliance officer gets in trouble? So that you have a compliance officer for the compliance officer. So we've added both compliance officers then to our policies. That's Mr. Burek's position and Mrs. Scotton's position. So you have a male compliance officer, female compliance officer, and then you have the superintendent who oversees both compliance officers, and the Board of Education who oversees the superintendent. So everybody answers to somebody, and that's all noted through technical corrections in 2260, which is non-discrimination and access of equal educational opportunity, as well as 2260.01, which aligns with Section 504 and our Americans with Disabilities Act prohibitions against discrimination. And then finally, policies 1623, 3123, and 4123 are technical corrections, again, for Section 504 and the ADA prohibition against disability discrimination in employment. We have no administrative guidelines at this time, so there were no updates there, and we have no forms from Neola for us to replace as well. So it's those policies that are new for a first reading. And I've just thrown the personal communication devices on there for a third reading, thinking that by the next meeting we'll have to move on it. I did ask Mr. Dutray about the lunch conversations, and he says it's not enforced during lunch, I guess. If the kids have them out, they're not making them put them away. It's just their preference is not to have them out. But they certainly aren't disciplined if they are. We've only had 10 disciplinary infractions throughout the school in the first month, and those are all classroom infractions. Mostly classroom infraction, one hallway infraction where somebody was walking down the hallways talking on the phone. All right, so, and it all makes sense because, again, when we, at least until it changes, and as we know, everything changes, religious release time for instruction is coming in October for you, Mrs. Etter. When we have to report our instructional hours to the state of Ohio, that has to count towards the minimum number of hours. Lunchtime is not included, but class exchange time is. Class exchange time is considered instructional time per that law that's been in place. We switched, it's about 10 years ago, they switched to 1,001 hours as opposed to 180 days in a school year.
Actually, today, the last update that I went to, lunch is instruction time.
That's what they said? Well, fantastic. So that's the State Superintendent's Association. He went to an update for me today. I couldn't attend it.
Wouldn't that be whatever the school designates as their instructional time?
That's the debate. That's the arm wrestle at this time that we have to have figured out by.
Legislature has.
Is that what they said? Yeah, it's contradictory to, one law contradicts the other. No, so
I thought we set our own instructional time, like what time we start, how long our classes are, how long the period in between classes are.
They're saying the intent of the law was start end of the school day. So part of it was how they articulated it, not knowing what Mr. Young has explained how things actually work.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to keep operating as we're operating right
I'm
now
fine if you
until
want to, if you want to vote on it, I'm good with it, 'cause-
until it changes, because it's, we understand classroom time is sacred. Lunchtime is time for kids to be kids and socialize and do their thing, but right now, there's no discipline being enforced during lunchtime at this time.
He's kind of with the police officer, posted legal limit 25 miles per hour. Police don't always pull you over, so.
He lets you go 30 and a 25.
As long as it's
Right.
not a problem, it's not a problem.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, so, but by the time, we get into October, we'll probably have to, because we still have the flexibility to pivot with the way the policy is written one way or another. If the law goes this way, we've got that flexibility in the policy. If it goes this way, we still have that flexibility. So, but that's everything in that section. So it's, again, first reading for most of those, and the third reading for the communication devices regarding cell phones. So nothing to vote on.
Okay. Any other discussion on section 18? Okay. Moving on to 19, board business resolutions. We have 4 resolutions tonight, highly unusual. It's about as many as we get in a 6-month period, practically. The first one is for the approval for the Alliance of High Quality, the luncheon at the annual meeting in Columbus. Appointment of a CVCC board member, which we'll have to stick a name in there before we actually vote. Approval of attendance at Fall Leadership Conference, and approval of a correction date. I'm not sure what that one is.
Yeah.
With the wrong date.
Oh, we just had the wrong date, so we're fixing a date. Okay. All right, so can we have a motion for those 4 items, please?
So moved.
That was Ms. Proust, I'm sorry, and
Second?
second by Mr. Dobbins. Okay. So before we can vote,
We have
I
to
guess
talk
the
about-
19A is pretty straightforward. That's at the Capitol Conference. 19B, we need a name.
I nominate Gary.
Oh. Stephanie has nominated me,
If you're willing to serve, I'd second that motion.
and Mr. Dobbins has seconded. So if the treasurer would please put my name in that motion. Thank you. I do accept.
And that's for a term that starts when and what are
It
the...
starts January 1st and runs for 3 years.
Okay, thank you.
And why they run in 3-year terms, I'm not quite sure. It's a little strange, because you've got 8 school districts and 4 of them in one year, 4 of them another year, and then nobody in the 3rd year.
And these are not voted in, these are just appointed.
Well, they're voted in the
There's-
sense of... I'm sorry.
Yeah, you mean by the public? You mean, no, these are
These
not.
are appointments.
These are appointed positions, not voted
And the
positions.
person doesn't have to be on the Board of Education at the school.
Right,
Correct,
person
yeah.
does not have to be on the Board of Education either. And in fact, this is our year for the second, because there's 8 districts, there has to be an odd number of people on the board. So the 9th one rotates, and this is our year to pick up a second member. So I'm starting to look for somebody else for our district.
So there'll be some other matter that's brought before this board, would likely be the motion to appoint a person as the 9th voting
Right.
board member at the Career Center
Right.
for a 3-year term?
For a
Or
one-year term.
1-year term, okay, so that rolls on and off for 1 year, okay.
Right.
Thanks.
So that one we'll be doing probably December, November, if I get somebody quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
And if anybody has, any ideas they would like to put on the list, let me know. My intent is this time to go to the mayors, because I want somebody representing the business communities. And we did that last time too. Now I used Kurtz, and Kurtz is really headquartered in Independence, but he has entities in Brooklyn Heights and Cuyahoga Heights and Valley View. I think he has entities in all three. And you know, it enabled him to see better what we were doing and to make contributions to the Career Center. He actually got involved and worked with the superintendent on a couple of items within the Career Center. So I'm looking for someone who would fit into that mold. And I think starting with the mayors is probably the best place to see if we can find someone. So that's my intent on that. Okay, so then we have the two leadership conferences, one for Mr. Muccio, and who's the second one?
Last one's a correction.
I'm sorry?
D is a correction, a date correction.
Oh, is it the correction, the date correction? Right, okay. So, any other discussion on those 4 items?
Do we need to pull the nomination for the CVCC board member out of consent, or can we do that under consent? I don't know. I just put it out there.
It's,
I think we can all do it together.
Okay.
yeah, I
Alright.
mean, yeah, I think so too. Yeah, and I'm fine with keeping them all together, if that's all right with everybody else?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Treasurer, please call the roll.
Ms. Prowse.
Aye.
Mr. Dobbins.
Aye.
Mrs. Etter.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Mr. Souchaki.
Aye, motion passes 5-0. Prior to the actual meeting, and have had considerable opportunity to study it and ask questions and so on. Upcoming regular meetings, October 1st at 6 p.m., the 15th at 7 p.m., and November 5th at 6 p.m. We're going to go into executive session, aren't we? Before we adjourn into executive session, I will not be able to attend the agenda meeting next week. I will be out of town. Who else is on with me? Maria, I think you're
I
on.
believe it's me.
Yeah. Can you handle that on your own, or if somebody wants to jump in and help Maria, you're welcome to do so. But I will not be there.
I got broad shoulders. I think I can do it.
Okay. I'm going to my high school reunion.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's in Chicago, Illinois,
Wait,
which
is
is
it
where the
next
school
week?
is.
It's probably not next week though, because the next meeting's not till the 1st.
Next week is the agenda, the week before the 1st.
The 1st is like 3 weeks away, or?
No, it's not,
it's 2
honey.
weeks. It's 2 weeks, okay.
I know, it
we
feels
have-
weird.
There's going to be a 3-week
Yeah,
gap coming
okay.
up in the future.
Sorry, I was just
for
looking at my
sure.
Yeah, it's
calendar.
not this one.
It's weird because.
I didn't have
the
it written,
first is
I had it
Wednesday.
written
Sorry,
wrong.
it's October.
Yeah.
October's the next one, okay.
I had it
sorry.
written wrong on my calendar at home, and then I saw it in your note, on Freddie's note or something. I went, let me go look at that. And I was like, oh, I've got it,
I
I've
could-
got it now on the 25th.
I can join you if
Okay.
you want to. If-
Well, you know, if you want to, I'd love to have you. If you'd like to come,
Thank you.
I'll be there.
Okay, thank you. Anything else before we adjourn
Yes, I
into
think I
executive
will.
session? Okay. I hereby move that the board adjourn into executive session pursuant to ORC 121-22G1 for employee issues, or 122-22G4 referring for bargaining, or 122-22G5 matters to be kept confidential. May I have a second to that motion, please?
Second.
That
You
was
got it.
Mr. Dell. Whoop.
He got it.
Got it? Ms. Strauss got it?
No, he got it,
No,
Mr. Dobbins.
Mr. Dobbins
Yep.
got it. Okay. Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr. Souchaki.
Aye.
Mr. Dobbins.
Aye.
Mrs. Etter.
Aye.
Ms. Prowse.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0. We are turning into executive session. It is 8:30. There will be no action taken when we resume.